Hey y'all, my name is Jay Mitchell. This is just Ballin. However, you may be listening, whether it's on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, whether it's day, night, weekday, weekend, whatever time you happen to be seeing or listening to this, I really do appreciate you for doing so. It's been a long time since we last talked. For those of you who saw my last episode, I have a do-rag now, and I have braids, as you can see here. I'm kind of protecting them right now. As of this recording, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm doing this out of spontaneous, thought. Spontaneous thought. It's been a long time, and I also got them dyed honey brown at the end, so yeah, I feel great. I feel relaxed. I felt kind of like a new person when I got the braids. So yeah, it's treated me well, and I do like the braids, and I plan to get them rebraided at some point during the summer as well. Try out something a little bit different. I've been growing this out for about 2 years, getting towards 2.5 years, and yeah, it's work, but it's well worth it if you can do it right. Let's start off with what happened back in May, the shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Quite frankly, it was devastating. I mean, almost 20 children were killed. I believe 2 other teachers were also killed as well. And I'm sick and tired of having this conversation, if I'm being quite frank, because when are we gonna decide that enough is enough and we have to do something to stop these shootings from happening? Or at least take every measure that you can to prevent these shootings, if I can word it a little bit better that way. I'm just sick and tired of having to talk about this. I mean, we've gone through this with Columbine and Stoneman Douglas, the Post nightclub in Orlando, what happened out in Vegas at the Country Festival a few years back. It's ridiculous. The Capital Gazette, more locally around my region, it was a few years back. But yeah, quite frankly, I'm tired of having this conversation. Either you stand for gun control and reform towards better gun control, or you don't. If you don't, I don't know what else to say to you, because if you look at all the shootings that have happened, all the mass shootings that have happened in recent years, and even going back to the last couple of decades, it's ridiculous. And if you can't push some form of gun control legislation to protect people, you are endangering people's lives. Simple as that. And that's all I have to say. Let's move on to something else. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. I'm glad that Depp won, to be honest with you, because if you're going to be abusive and then defame someone, male, female, or otherwise, you should be called out for it. And it's just sad, and it's disrespectful that you would do something like that to somebody. I don't get why people would do that. And the fact that people would defend Heard in this situation makes no sense to me. And let me check something real quick. Are people pushing for her to be out of Aquaman 2? Let me double check on that. Well, apparently, as of last week, she was recast. That is great. But, yeah, it's disappointing. And also, I'm gonna call Disney out real quick because all of a sudden now you want to bring Johnny Depp back in. He doesn't want no business with y'all after y'all dumped him before looking at the facts of the investigation himself. It it makes no sense. You turned your back on him, and now you all of a sudden want him back. And he said, well, he'll never work for Disney again. And I don't blame him. I mean, the fact that people just turned their back on him, despite the fact that he was not as guilty as he was portrayed to be by Amber Heard, which is saddening, but it's part of the society that we live in today. We are too quick to judge things on what we see and not look at the whole situation in detail and then make a thesis, an argument, a statement on those facts that we find. Okay? And it's really getting people into a lot of bad situations that they don't deserve or don't need to be in. I'll keep it at that. While we're on the basis of this whole relationship thingy, let's talk about cheating, because I just thought of this the other day. Why do people think cheating is cute, or they condone forms of cheating in which it's just uncondonable or inexplicable? It's saddening, and it just shows the lack of character, the lack of value, the lack of respect people have for each other, especially in relationships in this day and age. You wonder why people fail in relationships? This is why. This is exactly why. If you can't be honest with someone and just say, hey, this is not working for me, let's move our own separate ways. It's not you, it's me. Let's move on. I don't want you to be hurt. At least you can say that you decided to walk away. But if you decided that you are going to go behind someone's back, disrespect them by hooking up with someone when they have put heart, soul, time, money invested into making this relationship work, and you can't be honest with them, you're not mature enough to be in a relationship. Point blank. Simple as that. And you can argue with me all you want. It's just true. Logic sides with me on this. And the people that be like, oh, it's not that simple, yada, yada, yada. It is that simple. You just try to find ways in which you want to maneuver around if you were to be in a situation where you were to be the cheater. That's all I can see from that. The only reason somebody would say something like that is because they would cheat themselves and they would try to find a way out. And you know what I find ironic? It's the same people that say if their partner cheated, they would leave them. But if they cheated, they would try to make it work. Sounds very hypocritical, doesn't it? What if the person doesn't want to make it work with you? You have no choice. You kind of don't have no choice in that situation because you screwed up. I'm sick and tired of having these conversations. If you can't be open and honest with someone in a relationship, and if you can't do that in a safe forum, in a safe place, without having to disrespect or hurt someone, you should not be in a relationship. End of story. I don't want to hear it. Also, the time of this recording, it is June the 22nd, 20 days after my birthday. So I'm gonna close on this short that I have here that I recorded like a month ago, just reflecting on my 20 years of life and how grateful I am. So with that said, I hope y'all have a great week, a great weekend, a great day, whatever it may be for you. Be safe, be kind, be happy, be healthy, and most of all, just be good people. Just be good people, because in this world, we need it, man. We need it. We really do need it. But until then, be good people, and it starts at 3, 2, 1. I just realized I turned 20 in 2 weeks. There are a lot of people especially now with recent events, they don't even get to see 20. They don't get to see 30. Some of them don't even get to see 10. And a lot of times it's circumstances not in their control. And it's very sad. The fact that I've made it to 20, or I'm about to, I don't want to jinx myself, knock on wood, but the fact that I'm about to make it to 20 is very good. It's amazing to me. Not everyone has that fortune. And I have people around me that care about me, that love me, and I love them back, and I support them, and I'm grateful for that. Count your blessings in life, man. That's all I have to say. Life is a gift that you don't want to take for granted, because in a moment's notice, it can be taken away from you. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For more podcast information, check out the page on Instagram at ballinwithjay. All one word. And for anything else personal related, head over to my personal page at Smooth Caramel. Just Ballin is a presentation of Just Ballin Picks and Productions.